That's what we will be working upon now, I would say.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Um, what time did you give the test?
Uh, I think around 12 or 1 p.m. I'm not wrong. And
In
then
the
I finished.
afternoon. Okay, in the
Yeah, in
afternoon.
the afternoon.
Okay,
Yeah.
ठीक है, no problem then. म्हणून की रात्री नको देऊ मी तुला बोलले होते, right? Yeah. Don't give at
Yeah, right.
night because we are not very focused at that time. That's the reason.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Did you
Okay.
get a chance to look at the test? Maybe
I
the
I looked at it. I have not checked the scores, but the scores are a bit on a lower side for reading at least. So that's why I asked you. Yeah.
okay.
Hmm.
Okay,
So
okay.
let me just go through every question types and let me see what mistakes you made. Then we'll discuss on it also. Maybe Saturday ला
Yeah,
आपण
sure.
त्याचा discussion ठेवू.
Okay.
ठीक है. Before we start with the lessons, we'll first discuss it and then we'll go to the lesson. ठीक
Okay.
है. Today we are going to start with lesson 2 of writing. Okay. In this we talk about different college majors. What do we mean by college majors? College
College
majors.
majors,
Mhm.
maybe. Rules, maybe.
College
I'm not
majors.
sure.
Majors are the subjects. We call it specialization in India. Its majors is the
Oh,
subjects that we have taken up. Our core subjects. Okay. That becomes specializations, or you can call it majors. For example, I am doing my MA in English. My major is English. ओके.
okay.
आपण फक्त एम ए इन इंग्लिश बोलतो बरोबर, पण तिथे ते लोक
Mm-hmm.
मेजर कशामध्ये करतो, एम ए करतो हे बोलतील आणि मेजर कशामध्ये करतो हे विचारतील. देन यू विल से आय एम
Okay.
डुईंग माय मेजर्स इन इंग्लिश, और तुझं जे काही असेल ते.
Mm-hmm.
ठीक आहे.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's how we say, that's what we mean by college majors. Now here we will see how to organize our information and express it coherently, how to write a basic outline for our writing task, then how to put forward a paragraph, and then we will also go through the rules of simple past tense and how to use our simple past tense, along with that how to use used to in a sentence. Okay.
Okay.
Now the first thing that we have over here are four pictures which you can see on the screen. Now you have to tell me which majors do you think the people over here are studying. The picture.
Okay.
Hmm.
Looking at the first picture, it feels like the man is like doing something related to electronics.
Okay.
And the second might be in teaching.
Okay.
I'm not sure about any specific subject, but it looks like it's related to teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to next, there are graphs and pie charts we can see on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of an analysis that person is trying to show. So maybe MBA or maybe business related anything,
Very
or
good.
maybe analytics related
Very good.
thing can be a possibility. And then the last picture, maybe they're doing their doctors,
Okay.
MBBS degree, maybe. Yeah, to be specific.
Okay. Very good. Now, moving to the next part, do you think the majors in the picture are good majors to study? Why or why not?
Okay. Uh, I think yes.
Mm-hmm.
The majors which are shown in the picture are good majors to study
Mm-hmm.
because looking at the first picture, it's we can see like the person is specializing in electronics. So nowadays we see like our phones are getting more lightweight and are more easy to use. So basically, that innovation is needed not just in our phone but everywhere. So I feel
Okay.
that field is more important. Coming to next is teaching. So if nobody is like helping or mentoring us, then maybe we'll be directionless and we won't be able to succeed. Or we might the person might spend a lot of time in succeeding that field.
Mm-hmm.
So that again I feel that teaching field is also that say at has same importance. Coming to that next that MBA the person is doing, so I believe yes, that field is also necessary because I mean the people who are doing business, yes, those are earning money, but they are like they are also providing goods which are required for people for day-to-day lives, or maybe for research, or for many needed things. They are like those businesses help also for jobs. So basically, all in all, it helps for the government's economical growth as well. So I believe that third point, wherein the student is doing MBA, that major is also important. And last
Okay.
but not least, the doctors. Yeah, it's like if anyone gets injured, or maybe if anyone needs any facing any health related issues, then yeah, this field is also, rather, it's the most important field, I can say.
Correct. Very good. Now, moving to the next part, which of the majors would you like to study at university and why?
Mm, okay. Oh, okay. Out of all these majors which are shown on the screen,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'll choose the one which is MBA. Basically, looking at the, education, looking at my current education, I can feel like, okay, I'm in the IT field, and I have the technical knowledge as well. So if I get some business understanding as along with that, maybe I'll be able to start my own startup. So that will also help me. So I'll choose the major which is an MBA.
Okay, very good. You know, MBA has lost its credibility now. You know that,
Yeah.
right? But of course, you're going abroad, so you
Correct.
have that plus point. But otherwise, in India, MBA has lost its credibility
True.
because every second person is doing an MBA, and I feel that if you have an MBA from Indian universities, the HRs are not looking at your profile at all. They just throw it in the dustbin. That's what I feel. Because even I have done my MBA, but it's of no use. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, moving to the next part. Here we have an article about employment in the US. Okay, but before we look at the article, I want you to look at this chart that you have. Okay, the graph that you have, which is from a major newspaper about employment trends in the US. Now you have to mark down what information you can find, and you have to put it in a paragraph. Okay, now you have about different eras, like you have from 1960s, 1990s, and early 2000s, and the colors are also given over there. Okay, so you have to kind of write a paragraph putting forward all the information which is given in the graph. Okay, understood what you have to do? Yep,
Yeah.
try doing it quickly. Don't spend more than 8 minutes.
Ma'am, actually, I've done writing it, but
Mm-hmm.
at the end, I realized just now I would
Mm-hmm.
have like mentioned those figures as well, which the left side depicts. That's a unit in million. So I have not mentioned any numbers
No problem.
apart from the year.
No problem. Whatever you have written, just share it with me quickly.
Okay. Yeah. I've sent.
Okay. Hmm, it's good. Now, this is the article written by them. Okay. Of course, this is a news article. It's a newspaper article. So, of course, it will be a bit formal, more formal than what you have
Mhm.
written. Okay. Just give it a read quickly. It's a little longer. Tell me once you're reading this part, I'll move you to the next slide.
Okay.
I'll share the handout also.
I'm done.
Okay. Next slide. Done?
I'm
Now,
done.
see, in your article, you have still not used the transition words that we had spoken about. correct? That is what you need to make sure, that you use those transition words, you use those proper vocabulary, which will help you to score better. Okay, that's very very necessary. Of course you'll get a score with this, but isme you will only get 4 out of 5 if you use proper transition words, proper phrases which are used for conclusion to start off. You started off well, I would say, in this one, but still it will help you to score 5 out of 5 the way they have put it in the article, if you see. Okay.
Right.
Also, another thing, you will maintain the tense over here, which I had talked about. Now what you have to do over here is you have to look at the article again, open it
Okay.
in the PDF that I have shared. Just look at the article and mark the verbs which you come across. Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
Done? Okay. Tell me the verbs which you have marked.
Used, have, had, employed, and lost.
Okay, very good. Now, yeah, had worked, employed, lost, and had. Very good. Now, moving to the grammar part that we have in today's lesson, that is simple past tense versus used to. Okay, now you know that we have three main tenses, correct? And tenses are used basically to put forward whether the action is happening right now, whether the action happened in the past, or whether it will happen in the future, correct? And to change the tense, we change the verb in a sentence, correct? Now verbs are the action words that we have, the words which tell us what action is happening, will happen, or has happened in the past, correct? Now we have three main types of tenses. We have present tense, past tense, and future tense. And then we have four subtypes. We have simple tenses, we have continuous tenses, we have perfect tenses, and perfect continuous tenses. Now, if you remember, I had told you at the start when we went through the test format that whenever we are writing, we will try to maintain our tenses. Correct? Now, mainly whenever we are writing, which information, like the integrated tasks we have for which the information has been put forward, we will try to write them in simple present tense. अभी simple present tense भी हम आगे जाकर देखेंगे. Do not get confused with that as of now. And in writing, some of the tasks where we have to put forward our information, or if we are putting forward our examples, or some information that has been again provided but it is kind of an historical information, जैसे इस article में दिया गया था, then we will try to write it in simple past tense. Now we will not use any other tenses because it becomes difficult to maintain the consistency of tenses. If we don't maintain the consistency, we might get marked down because of that also. Okay, so I wouldn't say negative marking hoga, but you won't get enough scores, I would say. Okay, so that's where we need to maintain a tense. Now usually that's why I say use simple present tense or max to max past simple past tense. Okay, now when do we use simple past tense? When we are trying to talk about something that happened some time back at some point of time in the past, and things which are finished, like we are not doing that action anymore. Okay, that's when we will use simple past tense. Now when we use simple past tense, we use V2 form of the verb. Do you know what is a V2 form of the verb? You might have looked at the verbs मी तुला article हे पण एक PDF पण पाठवून देईन which will help you understand this better. For example, when we use the tense in present, it's different, and when we use it in past, it's different. The verbs that you marked right now, आपण have म्हणतो आणि past मध्ये we change it to had. Correct? Work, in
Right.
the past we change it to worked. Employ, employed. Then
Employed.
lose, lost. Now this is an irregular verb. Now what is a regular verb and irregular verb? Regular verbs are the verbs which always end in ed. When they change into past tense, we just add ed to them. Okay, so work becomes worked, talk becomes talked, arrive becomes arrived, correct? But there are some verbs which do not follow this pattern. They are called irregular verbs. For example, when we say go, go changes to went, and then in v3 we use gone, correct? Lose, lost, correct? Then have becomes had. Yeah, so these are called irregular verbs. They do not have a regular pattern of changing. I'll share a table with you which will help you to remember the main verbs that we use in everyday basis. Okay, so these are two types of verbs that we have, regular verbs and irregular verbs. Now whenever we make a sentence in simple past tense, we use v2 form of the verb. Okay, so I will say I employed Neha for this work yesterday. Correct? That's how I will put forward that sentence. So I am putting forward the time period also की मी ते कधी केलं. Yeah. Then when we have four types of sentences, you might remember. We have positive sentence, we have negative sentence, then we have questions. Okay. In positive sentences, we use v2 form of the verb, but if we are using negative sentences and questions, we use did in the sentence. We use did not in negative sentences. I will say I did not employ Neha for this task. Okay, so when I am using did, which is a past tense form of the verb do, do's a past tense form आहे did. So if I am using did in a sentence, the verb that I am using, it will be in as it is form. I will not change it into past tense. That's what we have to remember. I cannot say I did not know. I will say I did not know. Yeah, I did not worked. I did not work. And same way, if we are asking question, did you work on this yesterday? That's how I will ask. Again, did any question start hota hai, is a yes and no question hai. Otherwise we can also make WH questions. What did you do yesterday? That's how I can ask. Clear? Now same way we use the words used to also. Now used to is used to talk about something that we used to do in the past. It was a repeated or a regular action, but we don't do that action right now. For example, there might be some habit that we used to follow when we were in college. Correct? Do we do that now? For example, college is started at 7 o'clock in the morning. So we can say that okay, we used to leave from home at 6. Okay, do we leave from home at 6 right now? No, not really.
No.
So that's where we use used to talk about an action which was a repeated action or a regular action in the past, but we don't do that action anymore. आता हे आपण used to, we are talking about it as a part of uh, helping verb. Okay, we are not saying the verb use. The verb use has a different meaning, we know that. Correct? We use it to talk about that okay, we are using something. I use my laptop on everyday basis. That use is different. Used to is different. I used to work on the laptop. That becomes different. तो मेन वर्ब येतोच त्याच्या पुढे. ठीक आहे? कळतंय डिफरन्स?
Yeah.
So I will say I used to work in Shanghai and I worked in Shanghai. Now both the sentences put forward the same meaning or similar meaning. What I want to say, it totally depends on us which one we want to use. Okay, but again, if we put forward a simple difference, sometimes simple past tense can be used to put forward just one incident also, whereas used to is used for repeated actions की आपण ती action परत परत करायचो. Yeah, so if I say I smoked, that means I smoked only once. When I say I used to smoke, that means I was a habitual smoker. So that's the slight difference if we put forward. Okay, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now you have a quick quiz over here where you have to try to use either simple past tense or used to according to the sentences that you have. Just write down the answer part. The verbs you have to use are given in the bracket. Just write down the answers, that would be enough.
Okay. I'm done.
Okay, tell me the answers quickly.
In the lecture yesterday, the professor explained the major changes in employment demands.
Very good.
Explained.
Very good.
I used to go to the gym every day, but now I'm just too busy with my job. I just haven't gone or
Uh-huh.
haven't been.
Uh-huh. Went.
No?
Go, went,
Okay.
gone.
I just okay. I just went there once last month. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Next.
Then I have spent a lot of money.
We don't have in simple past tense.
Okay,
हाँ. Have
okay.
present perfect tense मध्ये येतो. इथे फक्त simple past use करायचा आहे.
Acha, okay. I had spent then. I had spent.
Just second form of the verb. Spent चा second form कोणता येतो? Spent. T येतो.
Spent, yeah.
You
Yeah.
just have to use the verb.
I spent. Okay. I spent a lot of time last year studying history, and I enjoyed it.
Very
ED.
good. Correct. Next.
Then Laura used to work at bank, but she went back to school for a master's degree a year ago.
Very good.
Okay. Next, I looked at the sky. ED.
A lot है ना? When I was a child, I used at the sky
Okay.
a lot using
I
my
used to
telescope.
look. Okay. Yeah, I used to look at the sky a lot using my. Yeah, I missed that. Correct. When I was a child, because I I used to be. I added that I used to be very, but
Nice.
that is wrong.
B will be the V2 form of B is was and were that we use in a sentence. Okay, B's a first form is am are that we use in the sentence. V2 form is
Okay.
was and were, and V3 form is been. Okay. So
Okay.
here I will say because I was very interested in astronomy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Manufacturing used to be same as it is.
Used to be one of the fastest growing
Fastest growing
US.
industries.
Very good. Now, yeah, the answers are given over here. Next, over here, you have an article. Okay, Amy has already graduated from high school, and here is what she wrote in the campus newspaper about her take on choosing college majors. You have to read it and you have to complete some activities which are given over here. Now,
Okay.
you can simply do this for homework because even you have meetings, you might just get late. So, you can do this task for homework, it's very easy. And after that, we have over here the cohesion words, the transition words that we use, which I told you are very very important that we have to use. Okay, now whenever we are trying to add any kind of information, of course we use the word and we can also use the word in addition. Okay, if we are trying to give any kind of examples, we will use the word for example, for an instance. That is also a word, a phrasing that we can use to show order, to show that okay, you have put forward the information with coherence. You will use the words like first, second, third, finally. To conclude, these words become important. Then to finish the paragraph, to end whatever you are saying, you will use the words like in conclusion, to summarize, to sum up. All these words become important. Okay, now the files that I had shared with you previously, they have all the words that you need to use, but you need to use them. Okay, don't just sit on that file, use it because it's very important for us. Now we don't have many days left with us, so that is what we will need to make sure that we use them while writing, because it shows you that okay, you have put forward your information that you want to put forward in kind of a sequence. You have thought about it, you have compiled your thoughts properly, and then you have written whatever you have written. Otherwise it just becomes की नुसतं लिहिलंय आपण असं होऊन जातं ते. ठीक आहे, so we don't want that. If you want a better score, that's what becomes important. Now all the words that we looked at over here, what you have to do again, complete it for home assignment. You have to just use those
Okay.
words in this paragraph. Okay, the words that we just looked at, in addition, to sum up, in conclusion. You just have to use them at correct places. Then you can do this, but you can skip this also, it's fine. Okay,
Yeah.
you have two tasks from this worksheet. You will do it by evening and share it with me. Another thing that you will do today is that you will the universities that you have shortlisted, you will go through their websites and you will find out what is the minimum score requirement of these universities.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that we know what is the score that we are targeting, because it's almost end of the month of July, and tomorrow of course August will be starting. We need to register for the test.
Mm.
ओके, वी नीड टू
Right.
रजिस्टर
Yeah.
10 days इन ॲडव्हान्स. ठीक आहे, लास्ट मोमेंट आपण
Okay.
रजिस्टर
Yeah.
नाही करू शकत. सो फॉर एक्झाम्पल तुला लास्ट वीकेंडला नेक्स्ट वीकेंडला जायचं तर तू आज रजिस्टर नाही करू शकतस. ठीक आहे, यू विल गेट
Okay.
लेट फी.
Mm-hmm.
लेट फी लागते त्याच्यासाठी, एक्सप्रेस फी लागते इफ यू आर
Oh.
बुकिंग ॲट द लास्ट मिनिट. सो यू शुड ऑलवेज हॅव इन माइंड की आपल्याला 15 ते 10 दिवस पाहिजे आपल्याकडे to register, and of course to prepare also, because all the last minute tips and tricks that I'll be giving you, they'll be important, correct? So that is the reason I'm saying, let us finalize the date on Saturday, and this weekend let us register for the test also then.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll send you the dates also which are available for the month of August, so you can decide accordingly. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
any questions, any doubts that you have?
No.
Yeah, if I'm not available tomorrow, I will share one more mock test. Okay,
Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
give it whenever you're free. Of course, I know it's a working day, so give it whenever you're free. On Saturday, our session might be in the afternoon or in the evening. Okay,
Okay.
I'll message you if you're not available on at any particular time. कुठे बाहेर वगैरे जाणार असेल तर मला ॲडव्हान्समध्ये सांगून ठेव. So I will
Sure.
also plan my day accordingly then. ठीक है, for
Okay.
example
Yeah.
if you're going out in the evening or something, I'll take it in the early afternoon then.
Okay. Yeah.
ठीक है, जर प्लॅन असेल तर if you're at home then it's fine, I'll keep it in the evening then.
Okay. Sure.
Okay,
Yeah. I'll let you know.
clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then, chalo, I will see you tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you,
See you
ma'am.
day after tomorrow. Study well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chalo,
Bye.
bye bye.